I am actually the dumbest person in the world, guys. Hey guys, Sableye here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are here with another iteration of Best of 3 Brawl, and we've got Zem on the other end. And if you guys don't know Zem, do yourselves a favor, go check them out. Down below, everything you need to know will be in the description. But with that, guys, we've got Series 13 here today. We've got Rayquaza, we've got Eternatus on the other side of the field. This is looking like it's going to be a fantastic match. Definitely something to showcase. I did happen to stick with the VGC team that I used versus Nino a few weeks ago, guys. I just haven't had time to build anything crazy for Series 13. And if I'm going to bring it on the channel, I want to make sure it at least somewhat functions. So this is my only functioning Series 13 team at the moment. So we figured we'd bring it out here. Now, Rayquaza Eternatus is kind of wild. Like, obviously Zacian's coming very easily, and I don't think that was ever going to be the case if we're just benching Zacian, but right here Zacian's making an appearance. I think Venusaur is also nice, but the problem is Venusaur doesn't really pressure the E-turn, Venu doesn't pressure the Zacian, Venu doesn't pressure the Rayquaza all that much, so it's like, if I'm going to use Venusaur, it's going to have to be used as a Sleepmon, and that leaves me realistically guessing on what I want to use as my Maxmon here, and I think it's going to be the Groudon. And I still think I want Venusaur, so I think I want to do something like Venu just to force them into the Venu for a minute, right? Like Venu, Yveltal, Zacian, Groudon, like I think should cover most of it, but it's game one. It's game one. Tons of time in between to take a look at things, adjust if we need to. So we'll rock with this for now and see if we see how this works. It's a little concerning though, because like the problem is I can't cover the Ray, the Eternatus, and the Groudon, all three of them, without seeing how the game plays out first, right? So they're going to go Zacian Ray. Good old-fashioned Z-Ray. Good old-fashioned Z-Ray. I think Rayquaza is a cool pick. Like, it's something you don't normally see, right? So I'm very happy we get to see it here. Anyways, Zacian's on the field. I could just kill it. But here's my issue. I max, I kill Zacian. Let's just say that's how this game plays out. Right? I max, I kill Zacian. All of a sudden, they max, they airstream, down goes my Venusaur to probably what's Life Orb Rayquaza, and they have 2 more turns of max, and on the off chance they protect, all of a sudden now the game is just over, right? So I think I'm gonna need to play this a little differently, so I'm gonna go play it slower. I know I'm spamming Sleep Powder and I'm risking my Groudon on damage output here, but I think for the most part this is probably my safest play that I can make. Now, you never want to rely on 75s, but I just can't let them potentially protect the Zacian and max this Rayquaza and shred me here. It's just something that I cannot risk. At least I don't think I can risk, because I don't know if they want to, how they want to play this, right? Because they could play this super aggressively and just double attack Venusaur, which is probably optimal on their end. But I know a lot of scenarios where maybe, hey, maybe this is safety goggles Rayquaza, and all they have to do is protect Airstream, and I'm absolutely screwed, right? So it's one of those ones where I have to cover that. And Zacian's just going to Behemoth Blade. I am dumb. I am actually the dumbest person in the world, guys. I am actually the dumbest person in the world. But yeah, I just, yeah. Okay, yeah. Airlock exists, guys. Airlock exists. I am, yeah. Yeah. At least, you know what? If nothing else, at least I didn't Dynamax. You know, if nothing else, at least I didn't Dynamax, but winning this one just isn't going to happen anymore. Winning this one probably isn't going to happen. What I need them to do is go for the Behemoth Blade, or I need Zacian to basically survive the turn. I need to preserve Groudon so that they force the spread and I kill the Rayquaza here. But with Rayquaza, I just realized I can't do that, and that was just complete oversight on my end, and that just goes to show you guys how little Rayquaza has actually been used in this format, because even at all in the last few years, because it just completely slipped my mind until the Zacian went first, and I'm like, no. Anyways, that's a huge blunder, and I think it's too much to come back from here. Hopefully at least it doesn't cost us the set, but at least get this competitive, right? Blade's gonna go into a Yveltal. Yveltal's not going to appreciate it, but it should take it. Oh, okay. Are they doubling the dog then? Because what's going on here? If they double the dog, that's bad. Okay, I'm okay with this. I don't think I die. Yeah, no, Yveltal's good. Yveltal's good. They get Life Orb chip, but I guess I don't get the KO now. So now they just win anyways, right? Like, they just win anyways because I just don't get the KO. And there's literally nothing I can do at this point without that extra piece because everything is dead. Just every single piece on my team dies to another hit. I do know how I'm gonna have to play this. I know my answer here, but I'll just play it slow right now. I'm probably not even gonna Dynamax this game. I just don't think there's a reason to. Like, trying to max guard is only going to stall this out. I know what I have to do, and it's going to be going for the Tailwind with a Veltal just to give myself speed. But maxing here, maybe even dropping a max guard doesn't help me. Because then it just Behemoth Blade, that slot, and Rayquaza kills Groudon. Like, there's no world in which I have a chance here. So it's just, I'm going to let my wands go down here. I'm going to forfeit now, and we're going to get to game 2. But this is absolute destruction. And this is my own fault for bringing Venusaur. Like, this is 100% on me. I shouldn't be going for that. I have to adapt better. I think the worst part about all this is the fact that now I've not even seen what their last 2 mods are, right? Obviously, I'm not going to Dynamax here. Just too far behind in order to have any sort of chances there. And just honestly, well played. I completely forgot about Cloud Airlock, and yeah, okay, it's fine. We'll adapt game 2. You know what? Those mistakes happen. You know what? When I don't know how I possibly did that. It's fine. It's fine. You know what? It's fine. Play with the same rules. Let's go. Let's get game 2 going. I know what I need to do now. It's a matter of if I'm going to be capable of doing it. And I wish I would have known that turn 1 or game 1. Like, if I would have just been smarter game 1, because I would have gone for it game 1 and potentially seen little more and been able to see their back, figure out how the game's getting played out. And it's just one of those ones now where I know what I need to do now, at least, which is decent. But hopefully that doesn't, hopefully it doesn't cost me, you know, because like I'm still so far in the back now that I don't know. I gained no information there. Like, I guessed Life Orb Rayquaza right off the bat, and you figured Zacian was gonna have Behemoth Blade, right? So if you're looking at the information I gathered from that, it's basically 0. Okay, they clicked Airstream, they clicked Wormwind, and they clicked Behemoth Blade. And that's all I saw. And nothing of that is surprising or interesting or like really something that is detrimental to see or something that's helpful to see, right? Because like I could have guessed Rayquaza had that. I would have guessed obviously Zacian had Blade, right? So it's one of those ones where I didn't really get any information. Like, I don't mind losing game 1. Like, a lot of players, you drop game 1, you get information, you come back game 2 and you make the adjustment, right? But here it's I gained no information. So making an adjustment, which is what I'm doing, but I'm basing it off of as if it was another game 1 for me. And that is not optimal here. Okay, yeah, they're going to swap it out. They're going to swap it around, which is completely fair. Doesn't really surprise me. Grimmsnarl. Okay. Grim Groudon. I like the adjustment from their end. I think it's a good play. Seeing this, though, it means that I don't have to reveal Tailwind, which I think is really, really nice here. The question becomes is what is Grimmsnarl going to go for? Because I could technically go Screech Foul Play to kill the Groudon, and I kind of like that. I really can't help but wonder if that's my best play, because if they go for something like maybe a Light Screen because I have gotten a Veltal and a Lecky on the field, and I just drop the Groudon turn 1, even if I just do 60% to a Dynamax Groudon, it's still worth it in my opinion. Yeah, it's fine. They're going to max. They're seemingly liking this turn 1 max right here. Yes, okay. So if they go for like Rockfall and I lose a Veltal, I think it's okay because they're wasting, their max is being burnt early. Right? Like they're taking massive damage from here. If they put Reflect up, it's concerning. But right now we're doing about 50% with this Screech Foul Play shenanigans, so it should be a Light Screen though. Every time from this Grimmsnarl, that's what I'd expect here. Right? They could also just drop a Quake into my Alecki. Here's a Screech. We are thankfully going to connect the 85% accurate Screech. Foul Play is not going to kill the Groudon, but it's going to put some decent damage on. And hopefully it's just a Quake into my Sash Alecki, and that is damage. That is absolute damage, but unfortunately they are going to be correct here. Going to get the Rockfall up. And the Veltal is going to survive. And the Veltal surviving is absolutely massive. Because now I can potentially just take the KO on Groudon. And basically I take the KO on Groudon guaranteed here unless they guard. Which is concerning. Do I think they're going to guard becomes the question. Because if I think they're going to guard, I go Thunderbolt, Oblivion Wing into Grimmsnarl. Because I don't think Reflect helps them. I don't think they're reflecting, because if they reflect, they're still going down to another Screech foul play, and then they gain nothing that turn. So I don't think that's something they want to do. So I'm gonna go for a Thunderbolt and an Oblivion Wing into this Grimmsnarl, just to see if I can chip it down enough. And I really think Groudon's protecting here. No, they're gonna go for the reflect play, so I could have had to Screech into foul play to kill the Dawn, and a little unfortunate on my end, but nonetheless, damage coming out here into Grimmsnarl is never a bad thing. Hopefully for a para, maybe? No. Oblivion Wing for some chip. And they have to pick one now, which is, I guess, a good thing. And we are burning turns of their Dynamax. Their Groudon's dead in one shot to the Zacian despite the Reflect being up. So I'm not overly concerned about missing this read. But it is definitely a little subpar because I could have just dropped the Groudon, right? Right, Groudon could have just been gone here and it would have been such a better position for me. And I wouldn't have lost Alecki. And Alecki's that Mon that I kind of needed here to help deal with the endgame Zacian, the endgame Rayquaza. And losing it here is really, really rough for me. So I think I bring in... I think it has to be Groudon. As much as I hate to say it, I think it has to be Groudon. Because I can't let Zacian get paralyzed if they have the Thunder Wave, right? So I go Groudon here, I have no choice. And I'm going to get down to my last two Mons here, and my Groudon is potentially going to take more damage than I'd really like here. The question becomes, do I have to max it? Because I don't want to max this Groudon. I really don't. I want to just click Foul Play into Groudon and Precipice Blades. The question is that going to do enough? It will kill the Groudon. The question is, am I going to take too much before I get that damage off? Because in theory, I have to max here. I could Steel Spike. I don't want to reveal Tailwind because Tailwind is my answer to the Rayquaza Airstream lead. So I don't want to reveal that right now. Now, I also don't think it helps me all that much. I think I have to do it this way. I think I have to do it this way. I think it's my only option now. I have to max. I have to get my defense boosted here because I need to be able to take damage in the future turns, and getting the defense boost will allow me to live a Behemoth Blade, whereas before I might take too much damage without that. Now if Groudon just goes first, or if we can somehow crit their Groudon, I mean, we'll take it. But man, I could have just done such a better job. Maybe I should have considered the fact that it could be AV Groudon on this team. They're gonna Scary Face, so I'm not gonna get to go off first here, but this does look like they're gonna keep my Yveltal on the field. Foul Play, of course, into Groudon, not gonna kill thanks to the Reflect that they set up. And they're just going to Flare, so is that going into... That's fine. I'm not concerned about that. It's a little unfortunate, but the important part here is I'm killing Grimmsnarl, I'm getting a defense boost on my Groudon, they're out of Dynamax, and I have a free kill into... the Groudon next turn, or into that slot in general. And they don't have any speed control left because the Grimmsnarl's gone. So, if there was a line that was going to pull this game back for me, it's probably this one. It's just a matter of the problem is I'm slow, right? So I don't have the same capabilities of damage output. It's actually Instant coming in, and that is super problematic for me. Because once again, we're back to the problem is I'm slow. And we're back to the problem is I am slow. Meaning the Flare Blitz in the sun is actually going to kill off my Instant, my Zacian. Unless I get a Steel Spike boost. And I don't know if I really can... I think I have to. I don't... Yeah, I Steel Spike the slot that's over here, and I just have to get boosted, right? I have to get the defense boost here. I don't... Like, Groudon with the defense boost beats Instant in the endgame. So once I kill their Groudon, or if they want to switch it out, but they're not going to, beautiful. So their minus... It's generally effectively a neutral Steel Spike coming out. They do opt to Fake Out, that's fine. Precipice Blades, I would imagine, is also following suit. Just a Fire Punch into the Dondo. Like I said, with the defense boost, though, we're fine. Steel Spike is coming out, gonna go into this Groudon. Should pick it up. I'd be shocked if it didn't. Yeah. Alright. So now we've got that defense boost. And the defense boost is what I wanted here. Because this allows Zacian to kind of sit on the field. Right? They're forced into double attacking into it. Now Groudon is slower, but it's got the defense boost in front of that Instant, so it's not concerned. It should be a Zacian as my opponent's last one as well, which you'll love to see. Now the question is, do they want to protect? It doesn't seem like a scenario where they would protect. As much as I want to go after the Instant here, I think just dropping Zacian is the optimal play. So we're going to drop a Quake. We're going to drop a Behemoth Blade. And hopefully this should be 2 KOs. Or just a 1 KO into the Zacian. No protecting from their end would be ideal. We take the Zacian down. And then we have Groudon versus Instant with the defense boost. They are correctly going to make that protect. Well played, well played. But we're in a spot where Zacian now, because of the defense boost, isn't going to die to that Flare Blitz from the Instant. Instant's going to take all kinds of recoil. And they still have to target my Zacian again. Yep. Zacian will survive thanks to the defense boost as planned. Quake unfortunately going to go into the Zacian here, into the protect, but it's still decent damage. It's still going to put out some pressure. This is concerning actually, because I'm slow. Part of me wants to just protect my Zacian, and I think I need to. I think that's the optimal play here. Protecting my 6 HP Zacian. It's just not optimal if I'm faster, but I think one of their 2 Pokemon has to hit the dog. They're not going to leave my dog on the field. So I think I protect here. I have 2 defense boosts on Groudon, so in theory I should be okay to wrap up this endgame as long as Groudon is, you know, good for one time. But doubling into that protect really cost me because I could have just dropped the instant that turn with a Sacred Sword and a Quake, and the instant would have been gone. I would have survived the blitz, and Zacian would have been alone in front of these two Pokemon, and it would have just been over. Like I said, I am going to protect my dog though, and hopefully they don't double into the Dawn. The blade goes into the Dawn, that's a given. The question is, should I have attacked with Zacian? And it's kind of up in the air. Groudon tanks very, very well. And they are going to correctly Darkest Lariat through the defense boost here. I definitely should have attacked. Shuka Berry is revealed. Okay, I 100% should have. I literally win if I attack there. I really didn't see. That's just a good call. I thought for sure they weren't going to leave the Zacian on the field. So, here's the thing. If I'm the faster Zacian, my win condition is Sacred Sword the instant. Which I think that's the play anyways. I think I just need to be faster. I think I just need to be the faster Zacian here. And I don't know. And that's the problem with losing game 1 like that, is that I just don't know. So, a couple bad calls here in this game too, but there's still a chance, assuming we're the faster dog, and I think it's unlikely. Yeah, super unlikely that we're ever the faster dog. Now, unless they, for whatever reason, go into Zacian here, and I somehow live a Darkest Lariat, but that's impossible. We saw it take too much damage last turn. Man, all I had to do was attack. So 2 calls, 2 turns in this game wrong, and that's definitely going to send this one to an L, into the L category, and I just can't do that. Like, well played to Zem. They played that very, very well. Definitely not discrediting them at all. But that game one was just atrocious on my end. I can't afford to do that. And game 2, I mean, I got a couple calls wrong, but it was honestly really well played. They knew their outs and they played them. It's as simple as that, right? They played really, really well. Of course, guys, if you aren't already checking out Zem, do yourselves a favor. Definitely go down to the description down below. Click those links. Thank you so much to Zem for coming out onto the channel. I do appreciate that. And with that, guys, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to take my L in peace, and I will catch you guys in a future video.